In 1978, two babies were born to two different women in Baltimore, Maryland. They were both given, ironically, the same names, Wes Moore. And equally ironically, they lived in the same poor neighborhood in Baltimore, blocks from each other. But they didn't know of each other until many years later when they finally met. In 2004, one of those Wes Moores made a big splash. He was named a Rhodes Scholar, one of 23 named that year. Now, many of you may not know what Rhodes Scholar is, but it's a big deal academically. Bill Clinton is a former Rhodes Scholar. People who are named Rhodes Scholars usually go on to very distinguished careers in business, government, and the like. Rhodes Scholar. He went to Oxford, England for a year and studied at Oxford University, all expenses paid. A couple of months earlier, also in 2004, the other Wes Moore made something of a splash. He shot a security guard in a botched robbery. He was apprehended, he was tried and convicted, and sentenced. Life imprisonment without parole. One name, two different men, two very different fates. Why? What happened? How could one man ascend to the top of the social heap and the other man to the dregs of society? Well, for my money, I have one word for you to explain this phenomenon. And it's why we're here today. Mentorship. Today I'm going to talk about the value, the importance of mentorship. I'm going to touch on three aspects. What is a mentor? What does a mentor do that's so important? And why should you consider becoming a mentor if you're not one already? So let's begin. What is a mentor? There are many definitions of the word. I have my own definition, and because I'm giving this talk, I'm going to tell you my definition of the term. A mentor for me is someone who helps the mentee discover himself or herself. He helps him or her discover and develop their undeveloped self. And the mentor has tools to help the mentee with this exploration, this excavation of self. I'm going to enumerate just four of these critical tools. One is acceptance. The other is listening. The third is sharing. And the fourth is challenge. When a mentee feels accepted unconditionally, when a mentee feels listened to deeply, when a mentee feels he or she can share themselves transparently with the mentor, and when the mentee feels challenged from time to time by the mentor, then he or she can begin to discover the riches that reside within them. My second point, why is a mentor important? I think a mentor today is critically important in our society. Mentorship is somewhat like apprenticeship. And as you know, apprentices usually create great craftsmen. Mentorships also can create great people. I believe mentorship is the most effective way that we can help young people develop their undeveloped selves. And I'm not alone in believing that. 5 years ago, I wrote a book called Legacy. passing on cherished values in a value-starved world. I interviewed 50 distinguished Americans while I was writing this book. And I had a number of questions. And one of my standard questions was, do you have a mentor? And much to my surprise, 49 out of the 50 said, yes, I had a mentor or had mentors. That really shocked me. And they said not only did they have mentors, but these mentors contributed to their career success and their personal happiness. That's pretty phenomenal. My last point, why should you consider becoming a mentor? Those of you who are not already. Why? What's in it for you? Well, at Preuss School here, this is a magnificent school. According to U.S. News and World Report, it ranks 5th in the state and 39th in the nation among the best high schools in the country. So the thing is, we have about 840 students, only 65 mentors. There's a long list of mentees who want to be paired up with mentors. We don't have enough mentors. So I urge you, those of you who are not mentors but are considering it, I urge you to consider becoming a mentor today or in the future. Let me leave you with one final thought. Thurgood Marshall, the great civil rights attorney and the first African American to sit on the Supreme Court, once said, "We didn't get where we are by pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We got here because someone bent down and helped us pick up our boots." That is precisely what a mentor does. A mentor helps the mentee pick up his boots or her boots and get them where they mean to be, where they should be. And so, I ask you, please consider being a mentor. The Oxford-bound Westmore had many mentors throughout his life. The prison-bound Westmore had none. Do you have 30 minutes to mentor a child? If you do, you will make a huge difference in the lives of two people, that child and yourself. Thank you.